When the earth starts to settle, God throws a stone at it. And believe me, he's winding up.
Hi. It's been a minute. These 60-hour weeks, man, fucking suck. I don't know what to say about it. It's just these 60-hour weeks fucking suck. I worked another 11-hour shifts today. I think that's 3 in a row. It's the spring, man. It just sucks. Like, spring sucks. Like, the way that my work goes like this. And if you know, you know. And if you know, don't say. Because nobody needs to know except for you and me. This is going to be our own private thing. We'll talk in code. Right? So, the way that my year goes, my year starts in April, depending on the weather. If it's still snowing in April, we wait until it stops snowing. Once it gets to the point where it's like, alright, I think we're done with the snow. I think we're done with the freezing nights and all that stuff. We get everything ready. And it goes from being like 6-7 jobs a day to being like 14-17 jobs a day. Like, it just turns into a mad dash to do all sorts of work. Because there's so much work. Like, there's so much work that needs done. Because we have to do all of our usual stuff. And then we also have to do all of the spring stuff. And the spring stuff sucks. So, my year essentially starts in April. April, May, June. We work our asses off. And then, as soon as spring is done, like, things start to slow down at the end of, June. They start to slow down. As we get into July, things kind of peter off and get to where it's still a lot of jobs, right? But not really a lot of work. Not as much work as it is in the springtime. But summer is actually kind of cool. It's always nice and warm. You never have to worry about anything. It hardly ever rains around here during the summer, so that doesn't suck. It'd be out in the rain and stuff. And so, July, August, that's the summertime. And it kind of goes to a decent amount of work. You're working 8-hour days. But, it's all easy work again. So that's, July, August. And then September, October, that's the fall. And it's the exact same thing as the summer. Right? And then as soon as it hits November, we start to really kind of drop in activity. Everything is just, you start getting to where it's an 8-hour day, but there's at least an hour where you're just kind of sitting around. Like, not all together. Like, you're not just sitting for an hour, but you're sitting for like 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, that kind of stuff. And so, once it hits like December, January, right? Once it starts to snow and stuff, like December, January, February, March, I'm working like 5 hours a day, doing like 3 jobs, and sitting in the truck for like sometimes an hour at a time. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, we're waiting for people to call. If people don't call, we ain't got nothing to do. But yeah, it's like 5-hour days. Just sitting around waiting for somebody to call and mostly just doing the same thing over and over again. So, like, my job is sweet. For a person like me, it's awesome. I get to really hustle for 3 months straight until I get to the point where I'm like, I'm done with this. And then we're done with it. And then everything's just kind of normal work. And it's like such easy, normal work that it's just so awesome to just do easy, normal work after the hell of April, May, June. And so, and then you get into the wintertime and it's like, all right, well, I'm done with all this work and stuff. I just want to sit around now. How do you get to? For like 5 months straight. It's crazy. My job's awesome. Anyways, so we are in hell month now because we are in the second week of April. I know that we're like in the third or fourth week of April, but for us, it snowed for the first 2 weeks of April. It was snowing and cold for the first 2 weeks of April. So April started midway through. So that means we're going to run like this until like mid-July. But whatever. It is what it is. That's my job. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I love it. Because like, I kind of like, my whole life is smoothly just settled into the rhythm of this job. So I get all fat during the wintertime because I'm just sitting around not doing anything and I'm still eating just like I normally do. And then I get into the springtime and it's hustle, hustle, hustle. And I barely get a chance to eat. And when I do, it's usually something pretty simple, but very filling. And then that's kind of it. And I kind of grab food where I can, when I can, like gas stations and stuff, kind of snacks just for energy during the day. And then I lose a whole lot of weight from all the working out and all the minimal eating that I do. So I kind of go on a spring diet. And then in the summertime, I'm all nice and exactly the way I normally just am. And then I just maintain until it gets to be wintertime again, and then I get all fat. And like fat for me is I'm probably like 220. 6 foot 220, 5'11", 220, right? And so there I am. It's all right here. Everything else is tight and toned, baby. But yeah, not here. I got a keg, not a six-pack. Anyways, so I want to talk about this. Well, first I want to stop talking about work. Second, I want to talk about this this Abrego guy, the Maryland man who was disappeared. Like, I think that's adorable. Like, look, all right, we are in an internet age now. Like, the internet is fully in. When I was a kid in like the late 90s, when I was just playing video games on America Online and getting in chat rooms where people were trading around porn pictures. Like, when that was all the internet was video games and porn, it was video games and porn, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't into the crime aspect of it, but I was into the porn. So, and like, when that was all it was, that was all it was. You know, everybody still kind of knew what they knew, and all knowledge was more or less localized or from books. You know what I mean? Like, everybody didn't know every single second of everybody's life in the late 90s. You know what I mean? That shit didn't happen until like the 10s. 15, like 16, 2016 really amped everything up because of the election. That was when everybody was really making their presence known online. And everybody started getting online, and now everybody's online. Like, it's inseparable from our lives. That's where all of our knowledge comes from. We don't know fucking shit unless it's online, and that's the craziest part, because half the shit that's online ain't fucking true. So here we are, like, we're in the internet age, man. Like I think that's adorable that this Maryland man was disappeared. Apparently this Maryland man has had multiple court cases wherein they've said, you're a member of MS-13, buddy. And like, I don't really understand how that, like, I don't even get that. Like, the whole fucking thing I think is stupid. Like, honestly, I think the whole thing is fucking stupid. All of the everything that's involved with it, all of everybody's arguments on every side is fucking stupid. It's all just retarded. You want to know the only argument that isn't retarded? Is the man here illegally? Did he commit any sort of crime while he was here? Right? These are the only things that matter. Because Donald Trump is getting rid of the people that come over here illegally and commit crimes. Right? So, if this dude is here illegally, which from all indications, that seems to be the case. Right? From everything I've read online, call it what you will. A lot of people are saying, oh no, he was an actual citizen. Like he was an actual citizen. Like he was born here to citizens. Like this is fucking crazy. And I'm like, I don't think so. Because that's egregious as fuck. If that was actually true, John would be up for impeachment again. And I'd be like, man, I don't know. On this one, I'm kind of stumped because I want to say, well, we shouldn't impeach him and remove him because Donald Trump, I like what he's doing. But at the same time, if he's literally just picking up citizens and sending them out, I don't know. Like, that is concerning. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even care who it is. And a lot of jokes are being made, and I still don't care. If you were to do that to anybody, that would be very concerning. And yet, this is not the case. Like, everybody's just bitching about it. Everybody's just bitching and complaining. But, he's a meddling father. I don't give a fuck. If he came over here illegally, and he's here illegally, and he committed crimes, right? So, I'm pretty sure he's here illegally. Like, just from what I know. It's the only thing I can say is what I fucking know from all the dumb shit I've heard for fucking a month now. It seems to me like he's here illegally. From everything I've seen and heard. Right? So, alright. Check one. Where's the crime? His wife put a fucking restraining order against him. Like, there's court documents on that. Like, that's documented. There you go. A crime had to be committed for somebody to say, I don't want that guy anywhere fucking near me legally. I want a judge to say you can't go anywhere near here. You go to your corner, and you go to your corner, and that's as far as you guys have to be. You have to be that far away from each other. No. Like, if a judge has to seriously do that, separate the two of you, a crime was committed in there somewhere. So, if he's here illegally, and his wife's fucking scared of him, at least for a little while, or whatever, preemptively, maybe, who knows? I've heard a lot of things about that shit, too. And all this fucking sounds retarded to me. You know what it all sounds like to me? It all sounds like lies. Every bit of it. All of it. All of it sounds like fucking lies. The judge said he's an MS-13. What the fuck does that even mean? Like, I don't remember that being like a sentence. You were doing this thing, and you were with MS-13 fucking people, and you got tats. The gang tats. I sentence you to being known as a member of the gang. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, I don't understand that exactly, but whatever. Okay, then that just adds more crime, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Like, but nevertheless, like, nobody's really disputing that this even the wife isn't really even disputing that the fucking restraining order was made. So, there's a crime. Right? And if he's here illegally, right? And, like, the most ridiculous fucking shit of it all is they've become so brazen with their retardation that we have Bukele here. The president of El Salvador is here in the White House. He's talking to the president. The president's sitting next to him. They're doing that goofy shit where they sit next to each other like 20 feet apart, and just Donald Trump just sits there like just looking fucking bored the whole time. And the other guy's just jazzed to fucking be in the same room with him. Like, it was... I was howling. And the fucking stupid reporter that's like, well, now that you're here, President Bukele, are you gonna release that man from that prison? And he's like, no. And they're like, but the Supreme Court said that he needs to be sent back. And he's like, I'm the president of El Salvador. I don't give a shit about your Supreme Court. Like, what? And they're like, well, I mean, you should really send him back. And he's like, are you suggesting that I should smuggle a terrorist illegally into the United States? Do you know what a bad fucking move politically that would be for El Salvador to start smuggling terrorists illegally into the United States? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just like, dude. My first thought was, that's gotta be Taylor Lorenz. Only Taylor Lorenz is dumb enough to fucking ask the same fucking question so many goddamn times and get essentially progressively worse for her asking answers. Like, and disappeared. Dude, I don't know this man. His name is Kilmar Brago, whatever the fuck. I don't even fucking know. He's got another name in there somewhere. I don't give a shit. This guy, I've never met him. Honestly, I don't believe I've ever actually seen a picture of him. I just listen to things all day long. I don't bother to fucking... Cause I give a fuck less what the man looks like, right? I don't care about him at all. If he's here illegally and committing crimes, I could care less where he goes. Just as long as he's not in this country. It's my only concern at this point, right? So, but I can tell you where he's been every step of the fucking way. He was in Maryland. I know he was in Maryland because the Democrats have labeled him a Maryland man, right? Not the legal fucking dude. It was Maryland man. So, alright, I know he was in Maryland. And then ICE came and picked him the fuck up. And then they took him to an ICE detention facility. And then they put his ass on a fucking plane. And then they shipped him to El Salvador. And the El Salvadorian government put him in this big Supermax fucking brand new, nice and spanking shiny fucking prison that they got. Disappeared. I've never even seen what this man looks like, and I just rattled off everywhere he went, every step of the way from from Maryland to El Salvador. I know it by heart now because I've had to hear about nothing fucking but for like 2 months. It's the only thing that's going on. You want to know why I'm buying thingies to show off? Why I'm fucking with retards to just pump them for content? Like, cause there's nothing fucking else to talk about. There's this asshole. And what's the other fucking thing? There's another stupid fucking thing too. Biden's stupid fucking speech. I can't wait to do that video, honestly. That was funny. But this is fucking it. And Elon Musk is stepping down from Doge to work on Tesla. Yeah, no shit. Because they're still firebombing the motherfuckers, probably. Like, disappeared. Like, it's adorable at this point. Like, this is... I used to always say they're like 6-year-olds. They're just coming up with shit that 6-year-olds would do. And then they're just running with it like adults and being like, no, this is a thing. This is like 4. Come on. The Maryland man that disappeared. But yeah, people were right. A lot of people were saying they're going to find one dude that's either going to actually be some sort of boop, some sort of oopsie, some sort of, uh-oh, we actually got the wrong guy, sorry. Like, there's going to be something like that. Or they're going to find somebody who's close enough they could just lie their fucking way into being that. And here we are. The Maryland man that disappeared. What a fucking joke.